You know what? My mind has gone back to David Moyes. If you remember a few months ago, I think it was just before he got sacked from Sunderland. I think it was just before he got sacked from them. I did a video called "Is David Moyes a Bad Manager?" So since he's been appointed at West Ham, my mind has gone back to David Moyes. And here's my David Moyes thought. Is West Ham the last chance for David Moyes in the Premiership? Is West Ham David Moyes' last chance saloon, so to speak? And my answer is yes, I think it is his last chance in the Premiership. If he fucks this up, he's going to get no other job within the Premiership. I don't think any chairman and board will look at him. Yes, I know that sounds harsh, but that's my feeling. And I think you've got to look at the reasons why. And we'll start off with Everton. What did he do at Everton? What did he seriously do at Everton? Except for getting them fourth in the 2004-2005 league season, he never did anything. But I'd said back in my Is David Moyes a Bad Manager video that he had no pressure on him there. Nobody expected him to do anything at at Everton. That was the thing. There was skint, no money, and not much to do. Just keep them above water, so to speak. However, he did get them to finish in the top 10 in every season he was manager there, I think. Then he moved on to Man United, and I think everyone would say this now in hindsight. That was a bad appointment from the Manchester United board, and he failed miserably. Words cannot express how bad that was for him. It was an embarrassment. He was chasing players, and it was an embarrassment to watch. He tried to get Fabregas, he tried to get Baines, and he was stuck with Fellini. And rightly so, he got sacked. And Man U got stuck in 7th place that season. And it was a failure. Then you move on to Real Sociedad, and I don't know actually what happened there, but again, he got sacked after only a few games from what I remember. He was a failure. Then we move on to Sunderland. He had one job, keep him out of relegation, and he failed. He failed terribly. And that was probably the most appalling thing I think we saw at Sunderland. Granted, Sunderland were in the shitter for a few years and just were lucky to survive when they did. So he got sacked. A few months later, West Ham appointed him. And it was like, why? Why have you appointed a man who's failed 3 times in the last 3 or 4 years? But the board must have seen something to approach him and to bring him in as manager. However, if he fails at this, he's fucked. Last time I checked the league table, they were 15th. Not too bad. Saying I think they were in the bottom 3 when he took over. But he has an easy job. He needs to keep him out of the relegation zone. And that's the least pressure he has on him. He's got no pressure at West Ham because nothing is expected of West Ham. But if in 2-3 seasons he gets relegated, he's messed it up. He's fucked it up. And I can't see anyone else picking him up. If he fucks this up, he's fucked it up. He's probably going to have to go to Celtic or go somewhere in Scotland or the Championship and hide for a few seasons. And that's the shame of it, really. This was one of the most up-and-coming, young, promising managers who was probably destined for great things, but he screwed it up twice now in the Premier League. And people won't accept it. People will not like him screwing up. Look at Graham Souness. Screwed it up at Blackburn. Got them from 4th to 15th, 16th. No one gave him a job. Granted, Redknapp took QPR down, but that was probably Mark Hughes' fault. Trust me when I say, this is the last chance saloon for David Moyes. If he screws this up, he screwed up his managerial career for a good few years. He'll probably have to drop down to the Championship and get a club promoted for anyone to take him seriously. And that's my thoughts on that subject, and I'll see you next time. Peace.